All right, so the first step in building a full-fledged network attack and defense cyber range is to get a hypervisor. So there's many out there. There's VirtualBox, there's Hyper-V, now there's VMware Workstation. And we're actually going to use VMware Workstation. Now there are two types. There's type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is known as bare metal, right? This is when you have the hardware, and then directly above that layer you have the hypervisor, which is just the fancy term for the tool that manages all the virtual machines in your environment. And some examples are like VMware, ESXi, or Proxmox. We're using a type 2 hypervisor, which is where you have the hardware, and then you have the operating system. In my case, it's Windows 10. And then on top of Windows 10, we have VMware Workstation running. VirtualBox is also another example of a type 2 hypervisor. And what we're going to do is we're actually just going to download the free trial. So if we go to downloads on VMware's website, it might look different by the time you get here. But you go to downloads and you go to free product trials, and then mouse over to Workstation Pro, right? And you can go here, and you want to get Workstation Pro for Windows, at least in my case, because my host operating system is Windows. Now the host is, as you probably guessed, the machine that's hosting all your virtual machines. And then the guest is the virtual machine living on the host, right? And so we're going to have multiple guest machines for our cyber range. We're going to have a ton of them. And you're going to see it's going to be really, really awesome. So we click download now. It's going to kick off the download, and it's going to start. Now I've already downloaded it. So let's just go ahead and show you what happens when you start to install it. So you get a typical setup wizard. I already have VMware Workstation Pro installed. So right now it's asking me to install an update or an upgrade. So yours is going to look similar to this though. You just click basically next, finish. Accept the terms, click next. And the one thing we want to do is we want to install the enhanced keyboard driver. This makes it a little bit easier to interact with your virtual machines. And I like to add VMware Workstation console tools into the system path. All right, we're going to check for product updates. We're not going to opt into the customer experience improvement program. We don't want to send data out if we don't really need to. There we go, looks good. And we can click upgrade, or in your case, it might just say install. And the installation process is actually pretty smooth. All right, then we can click finish. Now, you can go through the trial, but I highly suggest if you're going to buy, let's say, you only had 2 tools that you could purchase as a cybersecurity professional, as a, SOC analyst, a red teamer, incident responder, whatever you are. If you're in this field, there's 2 tools that I would purchase. That's Burp Suite Pro, which is, I think last I checked, was $500, but the price keeps increasing. So it's really worth it. It's a web interception proxy, and it's used for almost every single pen test or red team engagement you're going to run. And the other is VMware Workstation. It's actually that valuable and critical for your daily job tasks. So if you do purchase it, you'll end up putting in a license here. I think VMware Workstation, last I checked, is like $200. We're going to click finish, and then we will restart. All right, so now we have rebooted our host machine and launched VMware Workstation, and it's pretty straightforward. There's 3 options here, but most of your time is going to be spent in this create a new virtual machine dialog. And we'll get to this when we get to that point in the training. But this is basically your main area right here, the home panel. And if you click this little flyout library pane, it'll show you a list of all of your virtual machines. We don't have any right now, but this will continue to build out vertically as we build out our cyber range. Okay, so it's going to be pretty cool there. And that's really it. We'll explore some of the other options inside of this product as we move through the course. So in the next lecture, we're going to go ahead and download and install Security Onion 2. And this is going to be our security events and information management system. It's going to be our SIM. And it's going to be simply awesome, pun intended. Okay, that was a bad joke, but you're going to see how cool it is, all right? So I'll see you guys in the next lecture.